Welcome to Be You, Unique. Remember, learn like yourself, improve like yourself when we have to improve. Because you have been created with your own personality. So, be you because you are unique. What we are going to talk about today is this one. This is a very crucial to the parents. As you have been promised on this YouTube channel, we are still on children protection. We have seen in a previous videos, how we can protect our children from social media negative impacts. So today we are going to talk about how you should know if this is the right time to let your children to have smartphone. This is that your right time. So that is what we are going to talk about today. Uh, the topic is this one. The topic is children and smartphones. Should my child have a smartphone? That is what we are going to talk about. In this topic, we will see what you should know about this, what you should ask about this, and how could you ask yourself if you are ready to let your child having smartphone. Let us start with the first one. Uh, Today, a growing number of children have a smartphone, and many of them use their phone to access the internet in the privacy of their bedroom. But what are the risks of letting your child have a smartphone? What are the benefits? How much screen time is too much? So, as a parent, all you have to know is this one. You have to know the benefits of having smartphone and also the risks of having smartphone for your children. Uh, let's start with the benefits of having a smartphone to your child, to your children. Safety for children, peace of mind for parents. Of course, smartphones can be used as a catalyst, as a mediator to the parents and children. Uh, because we live in a dangerous world. That's the truth. So it's very essential thing to know news about your children. So smartphones can help you in that way. And there are some apps that provides more news about your children. For example, where they are, if they are driving, to know how fast they are going, and other things. So a smartphone can help in that way. That would be the first benefit from having a smartphone to your children. The second one, smartphone can help for schoolwork. Uh, Children get homework via email or text messaging. They can communicate also with their teachers in the same way using internet. So the smartphone is here as a tool that can help the children to provide schoolwork. But as a parent, you should not only know the benefits of having smartphone. You have to know also the risks. What are the risks from having smartphone to your children? The first risk is too much screen time. Young people typically spend several hours a day on their phone. In fact, in fact, in fact, parents spend about as much time interacting with their devices as they spend in meaningful interaction with their children. Some households have become, as one counselor describes it, a daily gathering of strangers fixated on a bunch of machines. So what you should know is this one. If this is an addiction to the adult people. How this should be addiction to the young ones. These are the risks of having smartphone on adult people and also on children. Another risk of having smartphone is pornography. According to one estimate, more than half of all teenagers seek out pornography on a monthly basis. Highly surprising considering the ease which it can be accessed on a mobile device. By letting their child have a smartphone, parents could be unwittingly open up a pornography shop that goes wherever a child goes. That's the risk of having a smartphone to your child. You have to know this. Another risk is dependency. Many people are emotionally attached to their phone. If it is misplaced, they report feeling panicky, desperate, and even sick. So we know all that. If you are on a smartphone, you are doing something on smartphone, you do not need another one who is here to to put you in another move or on another mode. So you feel like you have to do all the things you want to do on your phone without anyone who can deviate you in another way. So that's another risk from having smartphone. Additional risks. Smartphone use brings you within the risk of cyberbullying and sexting. Now, this can lead to a number of health problems that result from poor posture and a lack of sleep. Some young people use a ghost app, an app that appears to be innocent, such as a calculator, to hide the content that they do not want their parents to see. So, a smartphone is very good tool, but they have risks. So, as a parent, you should know about those things. So, what you should ask as a parent to let you before letting your child to have a smartphone is add this one. Remember, we are going to use Bible in order to because Bible principles are here to help us to decide well. The first one, does my child need smartphone? That's the first question you should ask as a parent. You should ask as a parent, does my child need a smartphone? In Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15, Bible says, the shrewd one ponders each step. With that in mind, ask yourself, as a parent, do safety or other issues make it advisable for my child to have a smartphone? Have I weighed the benefits and the risks of having smartphone to my child or my children? Is there an alternative to a smartphone? Basic phones are still available, so, and can permit you to contact your child via text or calling. You can also save money, a lot of money, because these are cheaper than smartphone. If you find this is the best way to do your things, instead of letting your child to have a smartphone, you can use this way. That's the first question you should ask as a parent. Does my child need a smartphone? Or we can use another phone to call and to text. The second question you should ask as a parent. Is my child ready for this responsibility? Let us use Bible. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 2. Bible says, the heart of the wise one leads him in the right way. The heart of the wise one leads him in the right way. As a parent, ask yourself, what convinces me that my child is trustworthy? What convinces me that my child is trustworthy? Do we already have open communication? This can help you to solve questions. If you have an open communication with your children, they help you, all of you, especially you as a parent, to solve their problem they meet on social media, on internet in general. But if you don't have an open communication, it's a big issue. Does my child have issues with dishonesty? Perhaps hiding who his friends are? Does he already know how to show self-restraint with other devices, including the TV, tablet, or a laptop? These are the questions you should ask yourself in order to know if it's the right time to let your child have a smartphone. A smartphone is an awesome tool, but a powerful one. Think about the responsibility you may be giving to your child at a tender age. The third question you should ask as a parent: am I ready for the responsibility? There is a principle in the Bible, in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. The Bible says, train a child in the way he should go. With this principle, as a parent, ask yourself, do I know enough about the phone to help my child understand and avoid potential dangers? Do I know how to set its parental controls? How will I help my child to show good judgment in using the phone? I've seen many parents hand their kids a smartphone and walk away. Says Daniel, the father quoted the area. And you should not do this. You should not let your child have a smartphone and walk away. That's not good. You should be responsible. You should ask if you understand how to use smartphone in order to lead a child in the best way. You should note this and concern this. Children need training to use smartphone responsibly. And here, who is responsible is you, parent. You are responsible 100% to let your child using smartphone, but to train how to use it responsibly. That's all for today. But remember, don't just ask yourself if your child is ready for a smartphone. Ask yourself if you are ready. Make sure you are up for the challenge to train, supervise, restrict, and protect your child. Are you ready? Let us make a small review. We're talking about children and smartphones. Should my child have a smartphone? These are 3 questions you have to ask yourself as a parent. Does my child really need a smartphone? Is my child ready for responsibility? Am I ready for responsibility? So that's all for today.